Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh and Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash double honors unto the elder apostles and great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, I want to actually make a video, right? Because I have seen this guy. I've been looking at him for a few days now. I know this guy like not I know him, but I have seen him for years now. I never really watched this stuff because he really pushes this African stuff. But look, I understand that he doesn't understand it, and not every man upon the planet Earth is going to be called by Yahweh Bashem Yahshai in order for them to understand that they're Hebrew Israelites and not Africans. This guy is an Israelite. Oh yeah, and I also saw this video, and I was laughing because when I see this, I read it, right? It says, no white people are allowed in this mysterious village. And so I read that and I said to myself, well, actually, there's a place in Suriname that has that, And by the way, that's where I'm from. And I didn't even look at it. And then later on I clicked on it and then I saw the name and I was like, what the? And I clicked on it and I was like, oh man, dope. Then I watched it. And then I have a few scriptures for that to show you that these people are Israelites, but of course they're doing extra stuff which we learned from other places and stuff like that, which is West Africa. But yeah, but they're not doing it as satanic as there, but it's still ancestor worship and also the Most High. But in West Africa, Benin used to be called Dahomey. Sorry, not Damao, Dahomey. And Benin, they changed the name into Benin, right? But these people are very powerful, man. Very strong spiritually people. They're the strongest people that came out of Africa. And the African guy said it himself. Like Benin was like the strongest people against the so-called CAUCUS. But anyway, that's another story. You think I'm boasting myself up? I always believe that Suriname people are very, very spiritually powerful, especially different groups within Suriname. So, but now I have the proof because I didn't know about what he said. I just learned it like a day ago. I saw this, and this is posted up 3 days ago. So I'll make a video about that. Yeah. So back to this. Now he asked his followers a question. I'm not his follower. I didn't subscribe. I never subscribe. I never subscribe to people. I just don't do it. I like your stuff, and I will put you in my bookmark, but I will not subscribe. I just don't do that. I have done it a few times. I have done it a few, so it's not, But anyway, yeah, I'm not into that social media active nonsense. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be active. I don't want to give you thumbs up. I don't want to subscribe. I don't do it. I know it's beneficial for certain people, but guess what? I'm just one person, individual. You're not going to miss me. Females don't need me. I'm just one person. So I'm not actively trying to be a part of this world. I just don't. I don't necessarily hate people. Sometimes I do, And I'm going to give you a reason why sometimes I do. Let's just go up in it, right? Because the racism that's in between our people, most of the time comes from the light-skinned ones. Because you gotta understand, all the dark-skinned people, right? Here, for example, she's being hated because her father is a dark-skinned man. But if you're half white, you're perfect. See? If her father was an Edomite and her mother was a Chinese person, she would be perfect for the people there because they hate Jakes. They hate the so-called black man. And amongst our people, you have this. You have this. Not just the women, the men too. You have these types. You have these types. That she's being seen. I always hated that shit, man. She's being seen like the beautiful. I've seen white women more better than her, perfect than her. So, but they really glorify her. Why? They glorify her because I'm talking about our own people. They glorify her because she's half Edomite, because her father is a Jake. So yes, she's an Israelite and stuff like that. But our people got her up on a point. I hated the shit, man. Since I was young, they were saying, yeah, this she's the most beautiful. I'm like, yeah, my man. I saw fucking Romanian white chicks more perfect than her. But anyway, the point is that the racism always comes from these types and the men. You know, but you have to understand. You will see that these men. Let's see. These don't necessarily hate the so-called light-skinned people. Most of the time, they like them. They find them beautiful or whatever. And you have this also. The racism doesn't come from the so-called dark-skinned man and the so-called dark-skinned woman. Yeah, well, the dark-skinned woman, she's jealous. She's envious. Or here, this is what black females, or so-called black females, are doing. They're envious, and But here, this is what I'm looking for. The point is that the racism doesn't come from this, like, hey, f your skin color, you're ugly, you're this, you look like my underfoot, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. When I wipe my ass with the toilet, I use your face complexion, my palm, I use your face complexion to wipe my ass and shit. They don't have things like that. I do, by the way, because it's reaction racism, right? So what do? They actually find them beautiful. They find them beautiful enough in order to look like them. You have, oh shit, you have, let me see. I have a reason why I'm saying all this, right? Dyed hair, yeah, so hair. All of them. You have this shit, you always will have a so-called black man, walking around trying to be a CAUCUS male, look like him, because this is what they find. Look, he finds himself more beautiful looking like you. You know what I'm saying? But you won't find the so-called lighter skinned people trying to walk around with perms. Let me see. Because there was this one. She did it on purpose. Her hair is not like this. This is everything that's wrong with a white woman with an afro tutorial. Yeah, I don't find that wrong, bro. This is just, look, this is her. Her hair is normally like this. And they can actually make their hair like this. The Chinese people also have it. Chinese. But these are the minorities. They're walking around with this and stuff like that. Some of them are born like that, But some of them actually make their hair like that. Yes, that's a thing. That's the thing. I'm not making this up. How do you feel about Asian women perming their hair to be afro texture? I actually like it. You know why? Because this shows what she finds beautiful in her soul. Look, when you go to a person's house and you see crows and skulls paintings, yeah, I'm never coming in your house again if I see shit like this on the wall. You know why? Because that is a representation of your soul within, your mind, your spirit. What do you find beautiful? That's a reflection of you, right? The things that you have in your house. Yeah, I'm never coming in your house. I'm telling you, I'm not coming. You're a devil and you're a demon. Your spirit is very ugly within. It don't matter if you're the friendliest person upon the planet Earth. To me, you're a Jeffrey Epstein look type. Maybe minus the sodomite, but you're a demon. You're a demon, and that's it. So how you dress yourself is also a representation of yourself. A reflection of yourself. So when I would see this, I would have no problem with it. But then again, the so-called black female does. Why? Well, this is their real hair, and then they permed it into looking like the afro thing. But like I said, this to me is a reflection of what you find beautiful. Now, you do have others that want to use it in order to replace you. Like, for example, I'm going to give you a fact. This video is going to talk about the racism within the Israelites and also from the heathen nations that are among us, that are against us. Right? Wait, let me play this video real quick and then I talk further.
Wherever you see black people, racism exists.
Yeah, because he was. If you want, I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. The racism within Brasilia, and this is like 7 months ago. I didn't see it. I just see it right now. Like I said, I'm just looking at a few videos and stuff like that, right?
Because I don't get it. I have been a victim of racism. I can't remember my first racism experience was when I was going to look for a job.
And this is in Africa and among so-called African people, and there's the racism too. So I said, like I said in this video, in the beginning of this video, this video is about the racism between Israelites amongst ourselves, and it always come from the lighter skinned ones, and then the racism from the heathen nations toward us, which also goes into when you're mixed with the CAUCUS, then they don't hate you that much because, okay, well, let me let them talk.
And I was told that, yeah, we're looking for black people, but we're looking for black people that look like Obama.
Yeah, like this.
And if you look at my skin tone, it means that me and Obama do not look alike. So automatically, I got disqualified for the job.
And now he's making his millions on YouTube and stuff like that. See? Again. You see it again. So what does that tell me? It tells me that he finds that extremely beautiful. He finds it so beautiful that he want to put it on. There's nothing more telling than a person that puts on something of another race, and there's no that he finds it beautiful in my mind, because that is the truth. You might not see it like that. I see it like that. If you walk around with something of someone else, of another race, that is the acknowledgement of that thing is so beautiful, you want to have it. You want to put it on. That's what I see.
And it really hurts to see that Afro-Brazil.
So clearly, he doesn't hate yellow hair. Clearly, he doesn't hate it. He actually finds it extremely beautiful. And so does this black female. You know, walking around with brown hair. Now, like I said, if you're born that way, let me see. It's not red, by the way. It's orange. But anyway, if you're born that way, look, I got no problem with that, man. I find this beautiful. I have no problem with it because she's born like that. She's natural, you know what I'm saying? And it's brown. I see that it's brown, and I have no problem with this neither. You know what I'm saying? You know what I got a problem with? This. Now, her hair is naturally black, but she wants to make it brown. I can't fucking love you, man. It's hard. This I got no problem with. She's born that way. So, you know, well, it looks natural, but yeah. Ways to form red hair on black people, okay? So, yeah. But anyway, if she was natural like this, I ain't got no problem with it. But when I look at it, I'm like, okay, cool, cat. You know, but this is reality. This is reality. This looks real. I don't know if it is. This is fake. Let me see. This fake. This looks real because she got this freckles. I wanted to say sprout, but yeah, she got the freckles, so she might be somewhere something, you know. But anyway, going on. So he's asking. Here.
Wherever you see black people, racism exists. Because I don't get it. I have been a victim of happening. It makes me wonder, and I would love to ask each and everyone watching this video.
This is why I wanted to make the video, because he's asking like I wanted to ask each and every one of you watching this video, right?
Why you wonder this is really this happening? It makes me wonder.
And by the way, Argentina is even worse than Brazil. That's why me personally, I'm telling you, man, like, you know, I know of South America. I know, I've been there, you know what I'm saying, born there, seen things, you know, so I know what I'm talking about. So when you look at me and be like, so why is he so racist sometimes? Well, yeah. You know what the thing is? They don't expect a dark-skinned person to be racist toward them also. That's the thing. They expect that they are the ones that are in it to right because you glorify the rape side of your family, and then therefore you think you're beautiful because of them and because of that. And then when you look at me, you would look down, and the rest of the ones that look like me, you would look down on us and stuff like that. Why? Because you glorify the rapist side of your ancestors. You know, the rapist side. Yes, I said it good, because it didn't start out with love. It started out with rape, and then you started to love it. You know, your great grandmother didn't want the person that's responsible for you, didn't want you, but abortion wasn't an option back then. So you got lucky. Anyway, everything is upside down. This whole world is upside down, and it's going to be put right side back up again. All the harm that has come upon us is going to turn around again. Corrected.
Yeah, and I would love to ask each and everyone watching this video, why is it that wherever you see black people, racism exists?
Okay, let me scripturally start answering that before I start forgetting stuff. Now, wait. Right, now I already put the answer here, but I'm gonna read it now. It says here, right? Because I'm gonna answer it here. Like I don't use this browser for engaging in the so-called social internet thing. You know, I don't do that. I don't engage with this browser. This browser is just for looking around. You know, yeah, it's going on. So he asked that question. So 7.5 around that time. Well, actually, it's a little bit earlier than that. I should, okay. I'll fix that up later. You asked why I know he's not going to answer me back. It's not about that. I'm doing this video for the Israelites. I'm not 100% on his tip. He asked the question that a lot of our people are asking. And if you go to the comment board, you will see what they're saying. You will see what they're saying. It's crazy how other black people look at us black people in America. We don't even stick together, but got world influence. That's deep. Because you're Judah. And you don't get that. That's why. Judah shall be praised and followed by all the other nations. Now, I just saw a nonsense yesterday of the Juneteenth thing. The Mexicans were angry because they was underrepresented at the... Where is that? Did I put it here? Oh, no. They was underrepresented at the Kendrick Lamar show. And these Mexicans was actually angry. Let me find that. Right, and you also have to understand, a male, see, this is what I call male. See, other people might call me a male, whatever, but we're going to find out about that. But anyway, this is what I call a male. A male that starts with, I feel like, okay, I already know who you are and what you are. But anyway, some Latino dudes are upset by this guy, Tariq Nasheed, that Kendrick Lamar didn't have any Mexican rappers on stage at his June 10th pop-up concert. One of these guys thought Juneteenth was about the Tulsa Race Massacre. And what is Juneteenth, by the way, for the people that are not living in America? You don't know, but for us here in the Netherlands, for the Suriname people, it's actually 4th of July. The 4th of July. That's the Independence Day, you could say, basically. The chains got caught on that day. But for the Americans, it's a different type of thing, because it's actually the Juneteenth is when they, because it doesn't explain it here. The Juneteenth is when they went over there nearly 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln emancipated. And emancipate means to transfer. It doesn't mean to set free. It means to transfer property transferred as property. Meaning, see, they tell you what it means, but they say what it means here. No, this is the new speech. If you read the book of I didn't read the book. I read the summary of it. At the end of the book, I read that. I ain't got time to read that goddamn book. But yeah, there many books have been written. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to. But what they're teaching you is, because they have a snake tongue, these Edomites, yes, they do. They have a snake tongue. So what they say is that it means set free. But if you look the word up, by the way, in the book of 1984 by George Orwell, At the end of the book, the summary of the book, it would explain in short what the book is all about. And they're telling you that they're going to change things. That's one of the reasons why they are breaking down the statues, for example. Here, that's why they're breaking these statues down, because what they're doing is they're taking away the history of what they did. It looks good, like so-called morally standard. How can you let this statue stand? It reminds us of the experiments that he was doing on the black woman. This is why they call him the father of gynecology, because he was cutting up these so-called black females and experimenting on them and stuff like that, giving them stuff, ripping their vagina open, ripping their womb open, and they was alive. There was no aesthetics or something like that, you know, to make you numb, injections to make you numb. They would just hold them down and do stuff with them, tie them up or stuff like that, and then cut them open. That's what he was doing. You know, it looks all civilized, like he's taking care of you. No, this was an experiment, like how they experiment on the rats and stuff like that. But anyway, so if you take away those statues, you're gonna not make the new generation grow up with hatred. That's it. Also, what you see in the book, in the movie called I cannot remember this word. I'm telling you, the movie. I don't know how to write this. I just don't know. Movie. This one. If you watch this movie, you will see that this brother right here, well, this Israelite man, I should say, is Jake right here, the Jacob descendant right here. In the movie, he doesn't know about slavery, so everyone is there, just walking around blind. They don't know what the hell is going on. You know, that's what Esau wants, because he doesn't want you to have that hatred toward him, because he's afraid of that. You're racist. Reverse racism. This is just as bad. What? Okay, cool. Right. So transferred as property. So what does that mean? It means that you're transferring the property. You are the property from the from the public to the state. So then you start to get a social security number. Then you can get taxed, all of y'all, all in together now, for everything that you buy. Because back in the days, you would get taxed like, especially in the so-called night days and stuff like that. You know, the night days and stuff, England and stuff like that. You would get taxed collectively one time a month or a week. You would get taxed collectively. But now, every product vegetables, fruit, vegetables, meat, basically every product. You know what type of products there are in the supermarket. All of this, you get taxed. All of this, every day, continuously. These people have trillions upon trillions of dollars. So when they say, tax money, yeah, because that's what they use. And the tax money also goes into their pockets. So they have abundance. Think about it. There's like 16 million people in the Netherlands, right? It's a little bit more than 17. And if I take of you every day $1, that's $17 million a day. Okay, they're not doing that. They're doing taxing you on every single individual product in existence. You want to have a store, you need a license. I'm gonna tax you on that. You want to have items that you sell, clothing, individual clothing and individual items, I'll take a part of that, because I'll tax you on that. I will tax you on everything in existence, everything that you see, things that you cannot see. Water, well, you can see it, but I mean, you're being taxed on that. You're being taxed on everything and anything in existence. Just crazy. So they're getting more than you can imagine. Psalms 73. They have more than eyes can desire or wish for, and they still want more. So that's what they're doing. But yeah, so you are a property, and now you're being transferred to the state. So now they can tax you. Now they can give you a social security number, and they can do other stuff, because now you are the property of the state. If you don't think you're a property, why don't you just leave the state and see what happens to you? At the border, they're gonna stop you. Where you think you're going? Do you have a permit to leave this country? The same thing in Europe. Now they got the EU, but yeah, you're in the EU. You can't just leave, man. You can't just leave, especially before the EU, right? Now they have these countries where they have the same currency, the money. If I go to Germany, I can just buy stuff there. But back in the days, I couldn't because they had the Dutch mark, and we had the Dutch gulden. So those monies, they can't. You need to go there and exchange the money into their currency, and then you could roam around. But still, you needed some form of permission to get up in that country, back in the days, especially even going back further into the past, like 30, 50, 40 years ago and stuff like that. You couldn't just go to these other countries. You couldn't just go into Spain. You couldn't just go into France. You was gonna have problems if they would catch you there. You could sneak in. That's the only way you're gonna get in, like without notice and stuff like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. The thing is that the emancipation is not what it seems to be. It's a trick. They're lying to you. But until this day, Jacob descendants, because I saw a video, it's somewhere here. He was talking about, yeah, but we emancipated this. I was like, okay, you don't know. But yeah, it's just going on. Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So knowledge is very powerful. If you know it, then you can't, it's harder for them to trick you. Anyway, so it says here, nearly 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln emancipated enslaved Israelites in America, Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas, with news of freedom. More than 250,000 Israelites embraced freedom by executive decree in what became known as Juneteenth or freedom. But I have listened to another Jake in America, the guy that I'm talking about actually. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I don't know if I have it here somewhere. But anyway, he said that when the Jakes came to Texas, they saw them working as slaves. They was like, yo, what the hell you doing? We've been free, man. What are you talking about? And then they set them there free. And that's the thing of the Juneteenth. Why? Because other Israelites in Texas, and he mentioned Texas, the guy that I'm talking about right now. He said in Texas, the news didn't spread that we was already free. So they was keep on working as slaves. And then by coincidence, they came there. And then they told them like, yo, we've been free for like 2 years or something like that. Stop working. Fuck F these people. Then the guy said, man, the master won't like that. Yo, you ain't got no master no more. And I said stuff like that. So that is what the Juneteenth was talking about. But check this out here. What this doofus said over here. Really? Wait. What? Devil. No, I'm talking about the Satan is messing with the thing.
No, yeah, so basically I feel like the Mexican people were underrepresented there last night.
He's already looking at him like, you stupid. He wanted to say something, but he kept his mouth shut. So, F them all. But him less. Him a little bit less, but him the best.
No, yeah, so basically I feel like the Mexican people were underrepresented there last night.
I feel it. I can see that.
I can see that too, man,
and a lot of people
But he didn't go on.
are telling me that I sound like bitter or something. Like, I'm not a rapper, fool. I'm not tripping about not being on stage. I'm saying, like, Jeezy performed, I think, last night.
Yeah.
Did he?
That would have been nice if he would have been on stage.
If he would have.
Now, maybe the young legend had something to do, so he dipped.
Right, because all the artists that did perform were up there.
Facts.
I respect it. Who was up there? I can't keep counting.
There was a lot of people that went, but I think Jeezy was the only
person that didn't pop out? Or were you gonna say he's the only Mexican that performed?
both.
Did he perform? Was he supposed to perform?
He did perform, yeah.
He
did?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see him perform because I caught it late.
I saw the clip.
I saw
I didn't even see that
a
clip. What the
picture
fuck?
of someone posting that he performed.
Do you think it had something to do with it being Juneteenth?
This guy. He asked him, like, do you think it has something to do with being Juneteenth? That's just funny. So he knows.
I don't understand.
And he doesn't, because they don't care.
I thought Juneteenth was like on the 16th or something like that. It's on June.
Juneteenth is on the 16th. You can already know what type of mindset this one is, you know? These are the people that, you know, okay, they're stupid. Literally.
June 19th?
It was Juneteenth. Yes.
Yeah, because it's called Juneteenth. It's not called June 19th. But anyway,
Yeah, it was Juneteenth. Facts.
I respect it.
Do you think that had something to do with it?
you respect it.
Has something to do with what? The fact that they threw the show that day? Or that there were no Mexicans on stage?
There you go.
There you go.
Do you think it was supposed to be like?
First of all, let me start off by saying congratulations to Kendrick Lamar and all of the wonderful individuals that performed last night.
Hell yeah.
Did you get that? That's a CAUCUS snake tongue fucking shit. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this is what's happening, man. Like, this is what they're doing, man. Sperm trade booms as Brazil seeks blonde babies. This is a lot of females over there. They want babies from America, Europe, and Russia, but they want the blue-eyed babies and stuff like that. It says here, imports overseas sperm have increased by 3,000% since 2011. So a lot of these motherfuckers over there, they're a bunch of tear babies, man. I'm not saying that he's a tear baby, but they have that conquistador type of mindset, you know, and they have the CAUCUS mindset, my man. You know, but anyway, going on.
Yeah, shut him up.
So I'm not trying to go racial with it, but I will say
You just went racial with it, but it's all good. You see what devil comes always with the snake tongue shit. Like, yeah, I'm not racist, but you know, black people are on drug dealers and stuff like that. You know, but I'm not racist. You know, black people are ugly, but I'm not racist. You know, stuff like that. You know, it's cool. It's cool.
say,
We're just picking each other brains apart.
although it was Juneteenth,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that's in remembrance of the massacre. I don't want to be wrong, but is it in Tulsa or in Selma
I don't even know.
or a place over there? I could be wrong, and I hate to be wrong, but I know it's in remembrance of a massacre that took place, right?
If you know that, then why are you trying to be up on stage? If that is what you think that it is, which is not, but it's still. If that is what you think that it is, why are you trying to be on stage? Okay. Yeah, I know why, because if I know exactly why. Listen, I don't have to ask myself questions. You know, the reason I'm not saying a lot of racist stuff is because I'm recording myself, and they're gonna flag my video. That's the only reason. The only reason is that they're gonna flag my video. Nothing else. I don't care about the recording stuff like that. So the thing is, I'm gonna put this on YouTube, so I can't say. I shouldn't say, because I want to use their platform in order to spread the message of us being Hebrew Israelites. But anyway, going on.
I'd like to say that the Mexican people have been persecuted in this.
See, I like to say that the Mexican people have also have been persecuted. So you know, it's not only them.
Mexican people have been persecuted in this wonderful land for a long time.
You haven't been persecuted, but what you have been is you've been called white because. This is what they were doing. There are also two fountains marked as white, and that mom asserted that we are white Mexicans. They're white. They always classified themselves as white. So they didn't go to that shit. They was going to the white fountains and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you another video. Check this out. Now this video is a sentence done from 2010 Native Americans who speak Spanish think they are white. And when he says Native Americans, he's talking about Mexicans because they're native there too, not just the North American and natives. But this is a native guy himself, Carlos. He's walking around and he's asking these people who they are. Okay? Yo, madness.
En la pregunta de raza, ¿qué raza van a marcar?
So in the question of race, what race will you write down when you go for a job application or whatever?
En la pregunta de raza hay blanco, negro, nativo americano o asiático. ¿Qué raza se consideran ustedes?
Hispanos.
O hispano es herencia cultural, pero no es raza. ¿Alguna vez se puede pensar qué raza es usted? ¿Es usted
You don't know. See, it's this is what you're dealing with.
blanco, es usted negro, es usted nativo americano o es usted asiático?
You got to think about it. Okay, this one says this. Okay, cool. He calls himself black. Now you do understand that some of them will say black, but some of them will say, most of them will say, well, check this out.
¿Alguna vez podría pensar en marcar nativo americano?
That is exactly what it is. But you're Israelites, but still, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. But anyway, they're the ones that struggle hard with it on a large level. So that's why you have the Candence Owens, you have the Stacy Dash, those type of so-called black people that are just bugged the hell out also.
Sí.
See? Now, in the question of race, which race do you mark? Black, white, Native American, or Asian?
I think white.
White?
See?
You consider yourself white? Not really.
So they say it, but they don't actually believe it if you start questioning them. But the fact that it came out their mouth, that shows you that this is the truth concerning this. You have a lot of. I'll put the link in the description box. I'm not gonna try and find it now, because I already have it, and I'm gonna make you watch that. If you not make you, I'm gonna put it in the description box so you can check it out for yourself, and then you're gonna learn a little bit about the history concerning the so-called Mexicans, that they used to go white, and then they used to drink out of their fountains and in their restaurants and their toilets and stuff like that, because there was also Mom asserted that we were white Mexicans. That is what the Mexicans were teaching their children. We are white. So now you know how not far-fetched this is. They're being taught that they're white, right? Mom asserted. Here, let me see something. Let me see. Mom asserted that we were white Mexicans. Grandma agreed with Mom, but called the Anglos at Wonderland perros. They call them dogs. So they still don't like them, but still they want to classify themselves as white. So how can you not like something but still classify yourself as something? Fear. They was afraid of being treated like the blacks, the so-called blacks. Because it says Dad referred to the African Americans with a Sicilian word. Wait, this is no, there's something else. With a Sicilian word that is a slur, but spoke about segregation with anger, calling it stupid and southern. So they didn't like it, but what they did was they joined. So if you can't beat them, join them. That's it. And I tried to make sense of what I'd seen and what I'd heard with a moral frame preached by Dad and Grandpa. Treat others as you want to be treated. The events of the day left me confused, but I shared Dad's and Grandpa's anger. Esteban, yeah, by the way, refused to go back to Wonderland. Why? Because they was there. He didn't want to because he saw the people. Now, like I said, there's a lot of history, Mexican neighborhoods and stuff. There's a lot of history on this, but you will see that these people They never was like, they say, yeah, we fought and we're not slaves and you're slaves. You kept on being slaves. But you have to understand that's not the truth. They are delusional. They're delusional. Just like Esau jumping up in our stuff, the other nations are the other races actually, which are part of the nation of Israel, but we're against each other. And by the way, let me answer this question, and then it's going to answer a lot of things. He's asking his viewers,
is it that wherever, and I would love to ask each and everyone watching this video, why is it that wherever you see black people, racism exists?
Right, the reason why I was talking so much, I wanted to get you in upon the things that are happening, which I think you already know. The things that I just said, I think you already know that. But I'm going to go with the scriptural answers. Now it says here actually. No, here. Exodus chapter, no, not this one. This one. I didn't, I think I didn't even set it up yet. Jeremiah. Okay, wait. No, you know what? I'll just read what I wrote right here. It's the same thing anyway. So it says here, you ask why everywhere we go we are hated as the earth-skinned people. We are not black. Our hair is black. We are different shades of the earth. We are different shade of the earth we are formed from, thus making us earthlings. We are earthlings. The mutated ones hate us. The mutants, and they are mutants because your melanin has been mutated from this to looking like that, which this do. Anyway, so it says here the mutants, the lepers, the clean leprosy people of the Bible, they hate us, starting with Esau, because he's the one that taught you that you're beautiful compared to the other ones, the dark-skinned ones. Hate us along with the sellouts of our people that look like us. But who do you think? Who do they sell out to? They sell out to the CAUCUS, not to the Arab or East Indian or Chinese or Japanese. They sell out to the CAUCUS, which are the Edomites. And also because Yahweh, the power, is angry at us and is punishing us. Now this is actually the main part. Jeremiah chapter 24 verse 9, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt. That's why I actually want to get it here. Wait, Jeremiah 24, Ezekiel 5. I am supposed to have it here. Wait. Right, so it says here, Jeremiah chapter 25 verse 9, 24 verse 9, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt. That's why the Lord did that, to pain them, to hurt you, because we broke his covenant, right? To be a reproach and a proverb. So basically to be something that people just do not like, right? And the heaviest one that's going to get it are these so-called Negro-looking tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But the funny part is, they're also hated, but they're not hated as much as us. So therefore, the Mexicanos, what they did was they rather called themselves white, because they didn't want to get fucked over as a so-called black man. But some of them, they didn't give a shit. They was like, no, I don't drink from the white fountain. I drink from the black fountain. Fuck that. I'm not joining you. Don't matter. Then I'll die living as a black person then. You have those. So don't forget those. Okay, don't forget those Mexicano type of brothers, you know what I'm saying? And even the Mexicano sisters like that, to be a because when they have anger toward us, well, which is the first word that they call us? Nigger and all that type of say, you fucking nigger, stuff like that. Why? Because the CAUCUS comes out of them. But anyway, going on. So to be a reproach and a proverb, a saying, like if you want to hide something from a nigger, put it in the book. That's a proverb what they use going on. A taunt and a curse. What is a taunt? The Lord said the Lord did this. Taunt, a remark made in order to anger, wound, or provoke someone. Nigger, and stuff like that. Nigger, fucking nigger, stuff like that, right? That's what the Lord said that he would do. And a curse. Nobody want to be black. The so-called dark skin is a curse upon everyone. Everyone upon the planet Earth. And of course, not 100%, because some people do like it. But the majority of them sees that as a curse, right? In all places whither I shall drive them. And also Amos chapter 9 concerning the breaches that we have within ourselves. Yeah, Amos 9 and 11. And in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. So what are the breaches? The breaking, we have been broken in the midst of us. We have we're not connected. You know, the bones are not connected to one another. The bones are loose from one another. Break. Ezekiel chapter 34. The bone, we are not connected unto our bones. The whole house of Israel is not connected. So the Lord's going to fix that. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. That's when we were together, and very powerful too. Right? So going on back to over here. So the Lord did that. So he's asking a question like, why are they hateful? Because of the Lord. He, first and foremost, the Lord. He did that. Why? The second, actually this is along with the first, because we sinned against the Lord, actually I should say. Therefore he did that to us, right? And Judah is his pleasant plant, so he's gonna harm them the most, because those are the ones that he really loves. And the ones that he really loves, he punishes the most. And it says it right here. Let me get that later, after this. Ezekiel 5 and 15. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction on how not to be, and an astonishment. You know, that's an astonishment, like a shock, like, ooh, a great surprise, right? Unto the nations that are round about thee. So what shall it be? We are a taunt and a reproach and an instruction on how not to be, and a surprise, like, wow. Unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee, in anger and in fury, and in furious rebukes. I, Yahweh, have spoken it. That's what the Lord is doing. He's the one that is allowing all this hatred upon our hair texture and upon our skin color. He's gonna make you he's gonna make you uncomfortable being you. You know, being you, you're gonna be uncomfortable. That's the Lord. He can make you really uncomfortable. Yeah, but not all of us. But anyway, the majority of us are really uncomfortable in our skin color and our hair texture, especially the females, because they're the weakest link. They're the weaker vessel. So that's where Satan goes to, because she can't resist him. Most of the time they can't resist, because it's not in them. No, it says here, so the Lord said in the book of Leviticus chapter 26 verse 19, and I will break the pride of your power, which was us, how we looked at us. The Lord broke that. We're not proud anymore, and we don't have power. Our people are strong people, yes, and we do know it, but collectively our people are, man, we are basically the weakest link, you could say. That goes for the men too, right? As a nation, we are the weakest link compared to the other nations. And I will make your heaven as brass, and your earth and I will make your heaven as iron, and your earth as brass. That means we're gonna be in between a hard place and a rock. What is the meaning of that? A very difficult position, yeah? The phrase between a hard place, a rock and a hard place, is used when in a very difficult position facing a hard decision. Position facing a hard decision. That's us. The Lord put us there. He put us there. And in Deuteronomy it says it also. I didn't click it? Oh, no, I mean, this. I thought so, like, huh? I thought I clicked it. There. It says the same thing in Deuteronomy here. There's Deuteronomy and stuff like that. See here, he says it different. I would think it says here, Deuteronomy 28 and 23, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. So here it says heaven brass. Let me see. Here it says earth brass. Here it says heaven iron. It's the same thing, you know. Just switched it up, but yeah. So this is what the Lord set up for us, and why? This is why. First, Leviticus chapter 26, verse 18. And if ye will not, yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. Verse 21. And if you will walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. And 24, and then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times more for your sins. Verse 28. Then will I walk contrary unto you also in fury, and I, Yahweh, even I, the Most High, the Heavenly Father, will chasten you 7 times for your sins. So that's 7, 7, 7. Is 4 times 7. Yeah, here 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I didn't. Why is that not? Huh? Why is this one not? Oh, I thought so. 6 times 7. Yeah, 6 times 7. Yeah, that's a lot of 7s. So that's how the Most High punishes us. And then I think the last one is in Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy is mentioned. No. This is Deuteronomy. Still 7, 7. 7 again. Starts with Leviticus 6:26. Okay, cool. So it's the Most High that does that, right? But does that justify them? Because I mean, they're people, right? Aren't they feeling? Well, the Most High can get in your feelings, so. But anyway, it goes further. This is just a few.
But do you know your race, your history, your ancestors? Never.
She knows, but the thing is, they are ashamed of saying it because it's grafted into their DNA, man. They're ashamed of saying it. They don't want to call themselves Native Americans and stuff like that, or they will call themselves black, or they will call themselves Hispanic. But the majority calls themselves white. Sorry, not Hispanic, but they will call themselves Hispanic, or they will call themselves white. But a small minority of them will say I'm black, and the other small minority would say I'm Native American.
Pues en la pregunta de raza, ahí en pregunta dice si usted es blanco, negro, nativo americano o asiático. ¿Cuál marcó usted?
No, la de, ¿cómo se llama? La de hispano. ¿Cómo?
Usted marcó hispano. Ok, pero hispano no es una raza, sino una herencia cultural. Pero hay otra pregunta que
So
dice...
they know that too, but they still fight. That's that stubborn.
¿Cuál es su raza? ¿Usted marcó esa pregunta?
No, o sea que no lo llenaron, o sea, no.
I haven't filled out it, and that's not what he said, but anyway.
¿Usted personalmente qué raza se considera usted? ¿Y
I
usted?
don't know. Okay, cool. Just, you know, it's very frustrating to work with people that don't want to give you a straight answer. Just like, what is can a man be a woman? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's actually what's happening right here. This is literally what's happening right here, actually.
¿Cuál es su herencia racial?
Yeah, see?
Ahí no estamos en ninguna, ¿sí?
We are not included, right? No, you're not. But you can call yourself white because you'd rather be that then, if you have to choose. This is the same thing they had back in the slavery days, like post-slavery, after slavery. The same thing. But then they didn't hesitate. They knew exactly what was going on, but in order to outsmart themselves, because you ain't outsmarting nobody, you're only outsmarting yourself, then you would choose for the white. We are not included in any, yeah. But you will say white.
No, o sea, nunca usted se ha puesto a pensar cuál es su verdadera raza.
Anyway, enough of this one.
Porque hispano o latino, básicamente white, black, Native American or Asian. Asian. What about you?
Same.
Really? We look Asian?
No. Oh, you mean like everybody together?
Yeah, most people.
He asked them like, so what do you think that our people are? Then they said, yeah, well, Asian. That's because they look so somewhat, but that's because of their intermingling with the. If you read the book of Ezra chapter 9 and first Ezra chapter 8, if I'm correct, or 9, you will see that they was making children with them on a very large tip, you know.
What race did you mark on the question of race? ¿Qué raza marcó?
I'm confused a little bit.
Está confundido. Okay, entre las razas.
What's so confusing about that? But I mean, maybe he doesn't understand English that good. But anyway, going on.
Blanco, negro, nativo y asiático. ¿Cuál se considera usted?
Blanco, negro. Esa es la confusión, que no sé. Yo quería encontrar que era hispano, latino.
Claro. ¿Y usted se considera hispano? ¿Usted cree que sus ancestros son todos de España?
Yo pienso que sí.
¿Sí? ¿De qué país originalmente es usted? De México.
See, he thinks he's Spanish. He really thinks like he's some sort of CAUCUS dude.
¿Por acá?
Yo creo que sí.
Sí.
El moreno es moreno. Y nosotros los latinos somos raza.
These types, okay. These types, I'm not even talking to these types because I already know what. When I see a so-called South American person look like this, I'm already thinking in my head like, yeah, I already know. Most of the time, it's not always, man. So no, you know. But they make you think of them like that. I think so because blacks are blacks and we Latinos are white race. You maybe, you might be a tear baby. I don't know.
Blanca. Yo digo la raza, digamos, de color.
But I have met South Americans like this. They're probably more black than you, pro-black than you. So yeah, you know.
Ahora, ¿alguna vez se ha puesto a pensar que quizás...
Creo, mi pensamiento.
Claro. ¿Alguna vez se ha puesto a pensar si muchas de las personas son de raza nativo americana?
Sí, es que hay.
He's stupefied by that question. He had to think. The wheels started to roll. He looked at him like, "Are you fucking dead serious, man?" Look at him.
Nativo americana.
He's fucking dead serious, man. That's the stare that you give, like a deer in a head in a car thing, you know, in a car headlight. That look, like what the fuck did you just say, man? And then he had to acknowledge it.
Si muchas de las personas son de raza nativo americana.
Sí, es que hay.
Puede ser.
En mi país hay.
Exactamente.
There are also, well, yes, there are also there, and what? There are also there are some in our country, and in yours also. Well, why you gotta include him also? He knows what he is. Why you gotta say, but yeah, but you do, not just me. That's actually what I get out of it. That's what I get out of it.
Exactly.
Why you gotta say that? I know what I am. I'm asking you. But anyway, going on.
Bueno, muchas gracias. Okay.
Oh, I wasn't the only one stealing. He was there too.
Personally, if you
Don't just lock me up.
Fill this form in a question of race, what race will
Anyway, enough of this. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Yeah. So, but let me read on what I said right here in the thing that I wrote into him. You can believe it or not, but this is the truth. Deuteronomy 28 shows us also in details, and also Leviticus chapter 27:6 also goes into details what would happen to us. We are not Africans. This is a CAUCUS male name for the continent named Africa. His name is Leoscipicus Africanus. The real name of the continent is the land of Ham. We are Hebrew Israelites living in the west coast, we live in West Africa and got taken to America by Hamites and Arabs and CAUCUS people. And a bunch of sellout Israelites themselves. If you read the book of Jeremiah chapter 34, you will see that, yeah. They was helping him too. If you read the book of Judah chapter 5, you will see like, yeah. You had a bunch of sellout Israelites that was teaching these people about us. Let me give you an example of that. As a matter of fact. Now you have the book of Jude chapter 5. I always use this. It's very simple and straight to the point. You have this now. This is Jude chapter 5 verse 17. And whilst they sin not before their power, Yahweh, because it speaks about these people are the Israelites. These people are descendants of the Chaldeans. That's us. We are descendants of the Chaldeans. You might not have learned that. You might be asking like, no, we're Israelites. Yeah, we are Israelites, yes. But where do we descend from? We descend from the Chaldeans. That's what it says in the scriptures. And if you think about it, Abraham came from Mesopotamia, Ur of the Chaldeans. He came from there. So what would that make us? It says it right here. Genesis 11. It says it right here. Genesis 11. You can read all this for yourself if you have the time. But yeah, Terah is the father of Abram, and the father of Nahor, and the father of Haran. 28. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldeans. 31. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abraham's wife. And they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees, to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. So Haran is a place also, not just the name of his son. Haran is up here, and then they went down into the land of Canaan. You can see that here, for example. Let me see something. I think it's not here then. I think it's here, Mesopotamia. Here is Haran. So Abraham came from here, went here, then went here. This is the land of Canaan. He went there. And then later on he went into Egypt, which is down there. So going on.